Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmu. Vijay is asking the question, what must be the bound soul's condition of mind in order to achieve liberation? Master, he can free himself from attachment to woman and gold if by grace of God he cultivates spirit of strong renunciation. When the attraction for the world goes off, the attraction for the divine appears. What is the strong renunciation? One who has only a mild spirit of renunciation says, well, all will happen in course of time. Let me now simply repeat the name of God. But a man possessed of strong spirit of renunciation feels restlessness for God, as mother feels for her own child. A man of strong renunciation seeks nothing but God. He regards the world as deep well and feels as if he were going to be drowned in it. He looks on his relatives as venomous snakes. He wants to fly away from them. And he does go away. He never thinks, let me first make some arrangements for my family and then I shall think of God. He has great inward resolution. Here we see Sri Ramakrishna is insisting on renunciation, tyaga, giving up all what we perceive in this world, we are involved with, we are attached to, all those things are given up. In case of householders who have duties of life, this becomes inward. They have to turn this inward. Just like they are on the street, roaming about for bhiksha, sitting in some forests and hills, calling on God, with the same attitude, with the same awareness, he lives in the world. Amidst he is not of that. He is living in family, but family is not in him. In him there is God alone. He has renounced the family. He is doing his duties as far as possible. And when he is no more able to do any of his duties in the family, then God directly takes care of the family. Because he has renounced all, is in the thought of God, is not able to, just like children get sleep. Mother will be asking to read and tomorrow exam, sit, come, and gives the books in the hand, study. The child is not able to study. I can't. He wants to sleep now. It says, it is feeling sleepy, mother is asking to study. The same condition. When he is not able to do work because of the thought of the divine, then God will take care. God will personally take care of the family, reduce all his duties and responsibilities, make arrangement for him that he need not run about here, there. One child has to get great sickness and he has to run away here, there, and then spend lot of money. God sees that that child doesn't get any diseases, that something that doesn't happen. Suppose someone in the family is to get an accident, God removes that, slides it away. Oh, don't disturb them, they are my children, he is my devotee. The karma can be managed directly. He can wave away. He can remove the karma of a person. Only God can remove. Even a realized soul can take upon himself somebody's karma and work out. He cannot destroy karma. God alone has the power to remove somebody's karma, erase somebody's karma, release him. Like that, the householder who is living in the house with renouncing everything, his responsibility is taken care by the Lord. Even if he renounces and goes away, it is God's responsibility to take every bit of care of that family, of that what they have to see. We see in the lives of saints, how many saints, all the responsibility of the children, family, and all that has been taken by the Lord. After they are not able to, in ecstatic love of God, they are not able to do their duties. God has gone to many saints' house as a servant. Srikhanda in Eknath Maharaj's house, Sakubai. In their houses, God goes as a servant and starts working there in their house. We see so many things. So God personally takes the responsibility of the devotee who renounces, either being in the family or going away. In either case, God takes the responsibility. But renunciation is essential for realizing God. The renunciation can be internalized, as in the case of householders, or can be externally left and gone away. Suppose a householder goes away, leaving everything, God will take care of his family personally. Never thinks, let me first make arrangements for my family and I shall think of God. He has great inward resolution. Let me tell you a story about strong renunciation. At one time, there was a drought in a certain part of the country. The farmers began to cut long channels to bring water to their fields. One farmer, stubbornly determined, he took vow that he would not stop digging until the channel connected his field with the river. He set to work. The time came for his bath, and the wife sent their daughter to him with oil. Father said to the girl, "It's already late. Father said the girl, "It's already late. Rub your body with oil and take bath." "Go away," thundered farmer. "I have too much to do now." It was past midday. The farmer was still at work in the field. He did not even think of his bath. Then his wife came and said, Why have not you taken your bath? The food is getting cold. You overdo everything. You can finish the rest tomorrow, or even today after dinner." The farmer scolded her furiously and ran at her, spade in hand, crying, "What? Have you no sense? There is no rain. The crops are dying. What will the children eat? You will all starve to death. I have taken a vow not to think of bath and food today. Bring water to my field. The wife saw his state of mind and ran away in fear. Through the whole day's back-breaking labor, the farmer managed by evening to connect the field with the river. Then he sat down and watched the water flowing into his field with murmuring sound. His mind was filled with peace and joy. He went home, called his wife, and said to her, "Now give me some oil and prepare a smoke for me." With serene mind, he finished his bath and meal and retired to bed, where he snored to his heart's content. The determination he showed is an example of strong renunciation. He had to, drought is there, means there is no water, no rain. Whole things animals start dying because nowhere water. Wells have dried up. Drought means at least 2 seasons, if 2 years consecutively, if there is no water, rain, then you will not find, even if you dig the water deeper into another well depth, you will not get water. All the lakes are dry. Animals will be panting. Plants all will slowly start dying away. In drought, you must see, and ground splits, drying up. It splits everywhere. I saw in North India, where I was there in Narmada banks, Ishwarpur. In summer, it is a black cotton soil. It retains water and it will be full. We can walk over that. And when the summer comes, the whole earth starts shrinking down. Water starts evaporating and there will be cracks in the ground everywhere. The cracks will be first, it will be 2 inches, 3 inches. Then legs will go inside if you miss. Everywhere cracks are so. Cows will get caught. They don't have any grazing grass, but they will have to here and there try to go, and these holes they will get stuck. Legs. So much of gap. You can tie one stone and leave how deep it is. There is no water. So like that drought comes. Now children are going to die without food. He has to connect. The river is flowing and he has to cut and bring the water to his field. I saw this scene. It's in the same Narmada bank. There was one devotee of Ramakrishna Math. His son had joined one of the ashramas, and they used to, 2 people they used to do, husband and wife, 2 children were in the hostel. They used to whole day, morning they will do all things. They had an ashrama. I stayed in their ashrama for some time after coming out from forest. There they used to, morning they will get up and do all things, go to the ashrama, do the worship and all that. And afternoons, after food, they will sit and study till the evening. Scriptures, Upanishad, this, that and all. Thakur Mother Swamiji's life and teachings. Night till night, they had kept 2 servants who used to look after about 20 acres of land, completely their responsibility. They used to bring tractors and plow the land, and the dry land, they will be waiting for water. When the river is, they remove the dam shutters. When they lift the shutters, water starts flowing. First they will be waiting for the canal to fill. And they also have a gate. The moment it starts filling, the first person to open the canal to their field, I saw. Day and night they'll be watching when they will open. The moment they open, gosh, all the whole land that is broken into pieces starts getting filled. From bottom, and within 24 hours, the whole thing will become wet. It is ready. They'll close it. And slowly water starts sinking down, drying up, and it becomes a fine soil when they can plow and put the seeds. That water gushing into the field, and the joy to see that dry land is receiving that water. Everything is so beautiful, so nice. So how much joy he must have found when the water gushes to his field. With great contrast, Sri Ramakrishna gives its contrast also. I don't know. Now there was another farmer who was also digging a channel to bring water to his field. His wife too came to the field and said to him, "It is very late, come home. It is not necessary to overdo things." The farmer did not protest much. He put aside his spade and said to the wife, "Well, I will go home since you are asking me to do." Allah. That man never succeeded in irrigating his field. He went and slowly, tomorrow I will do, tomorrow I will do, tomorrow I will do. He could not irrigate his, succeeded to irrigate his field. This is the case of mild renunciation. As without strong determination the farmer cannot bring water to his field, so also without intense yearning a man cannot realize God. Intense yearning. Just like someone goes and asks a saint, "I want to realize God. In what condition I'll be able to realize God?" He says, "Come with me. There will be a river nearby." He takes him to the river and asks him to get inside. He knew swimming. Those people, all people know swimming there. He gets down into the water. The teacher, Guru, the sadhu also enters with him and suddenly catches hold of his head and pushes in the water. He starts struggling. He cannot take breath, you see. He starts panting for breath. Then he leaves. "How did you feel?" "Oh, I'm not able to bear. I thought I will die away without breath." Then he says, "When you feel like this for God, I cannot live without you, then God will appear before you." So also, without intense yearning, longing, a man cannot realize God. To Vijay, "Why don't you come here now as frequently as before?" Formerly used to come frequently. Now he is coming a little far off. Vijay, "Sir, I wish to do very much, but I am not free. I have accepted the work in the Brahmo Samaj." Master, "It is woman and gold that binds man and robs him of his freedom. It is woman that creates the need for gold. For woman, one man becomes a slave of another and so loses his freedom. Then one cannot act as he likes." The day of marriage, we tell that girl, hereafter you cannot tell and go. at home. You have to ask and go. ಇನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿ ಹೋಗೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೇಳಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. You are bound. And you are not free to go and stay freely somewhere in the rest of the life. So that bondage. But on the other side, it is a great sacrifice, surrender of freedom. If the life is not for enjoyment, if it is for sacrifice, because householders bear the highest responsibility of the society, building up a family, earning money. All people, students, they don't earn, disabled people, mentally challenged and all that, old age, they don't earn. All these are looked after by the householders. The whole society is maintained. Beggars, poor people, they don't earn. They entirely depend upon these people. All this. So a grahastha has rina, debts to pay. Sannyasi doesn't have any debts to pay. So he has to pay the debts. The debts that he has to pay is very high. He has debts to pay to the family, to the other people, like the all animals and beings. They depend. These people cultivate, some portion is for those people. Then they have the duties for the ancestors who have parted, to remember them. The remembrance itself is a part of culture, preservation of culture. Then they have to pay to the people around, the society. Society is earning and doing everything, working and doing everything for us. I never make a specs, I never weave my clothes, I don't cultivate my food. Somebody is doing for me. What are you going to give in return? Giving money is not a return. Something that you have to sacrifice for others, for their welfare. If you cannot do anything, prayers for all. Love, expression of love for all. For humanity, for the nation which is protecting you. So all this we see, we have to do, and as it is done by the householder. Sannyasis and brahmacharis are also dependent on the householder. How big responsibility. He can escape, but he is not fulfilling his duties. After taking such a huge burden on the head, he has to sit and do japa, call on God also simultaneously, in and through all activities. Then he'll be released. But how much of sacrifice you see. Most of the sadhus, except Ramakrishna Mission and where there is an institution, all other places we see the sadhus eat and sleep, go for begging, bring food, eat and sleep. No, that is not. In Ramakrishna Mission and all that, as much sadhana, so much of service to the society. Atmano mokshartham jagadhitaya cha. You are renouncing for God and for all people. So they too work day and night to give something to the society, which is preserving them and maintaining them. The priests in the temple of Govindji at Jaipur were celibates at first, and at that time they had fiery nature. Once the king of Jaipur sent for them, but they did not obey him. They said to the messenger, "Ask the king to come to see us." After consultation, the king and his ministers arranged marriages for them. From then on, the king did not have to send for them. They would come to him themselves and say, "Your Majesty, we have come with our blessings. Here are the sacred flowers of the temple. Deign to accept it." They came to the palace, for they always wanted money for one thing or the another: building a house, rice taking ceremony for their babies, for rituals connected with the beginning of the children's education, one by one. They were not married. The king asked them, "Please to come." They said, "King, come here. We are not his servants. Let him come." They were all alone. They did not care for anything. Then king thought, I call them, I am a king. They don't obey me. And best thing he did was to get them married. After marriage, they have to run there. Because they want money now. My cow is sick. My dog is sick and all that. They want money now. Then they started going to king. So here we see anything you hold in this world catches you. So in our Hinduism, the techniques are made such a way, the life is made such a way that you participate without being bound. You act everywhere without being anointed with the karmic load. Everything, he is there, but he is not there. Physically he is there. In the heart stands God. In the mind, there is the welfare of the people. So here you see, no karma binds him. No desires possess him, and he is free like a Jivan Mukta. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.